So for this video, we are going to review some more factoring. When I have 4 or more terms, obviously we always check for GCF first, but then we are going to factor by grouping if there is no GCF. So you'll notice that in number 1, it's not in standard form. So if you'd like, you can reorder it. So we have 8x cubed plus 4x squared minus 18x minus 9. Make sure that when you're reordering it, that you keep the signs with the appropriate terms. Usually we try to group 2 by 2, so I always start with that first. These two terms both can be divided by 4x squared, so that goes on the outside. Open up my parentheses. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. X cubed divided by x squared gives me x, plus 4x squared divided by 4x squared, or anything divided by itself, is always 1. My next two terms can be divided by 9. I always take this middle sign to come down when I am factoring by grouping, so I'm going to divide by a -9. When I do that, I end up with 2x plus 1. My parentheses now match, so these pieces are now a common term. So that's 2x plus 1. And then my other two leftover pieces go in the second parentheses, 4x squared minus 9. Remember that you always want to factor completely. In this case, my second parentheses is a binomial. Everything is a perfect square, and it's a difference, so I can use dots. First parentheses was unused, so it just gets brought down. This becomes 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3. So that is our review of factoring by grouping. Number 2 has no GCF because I'm always checking for that first. It has 3 terms and it has a number in front. So when it has a number in front, we are going to use the AC method. So the AC method means that I multiply the first term by the last term, because remember, a quadratic is always in this form. So AC gives me 4, so that's what I'm multiplying to. My options are 1 and 4 or 2 and 2. 2 outside pieces come down, 2x squared plus 2. You're splitting this middle piece of 5x into 2 pieces. Using your sign trick, I bring down my first sign of a positive. Positive times a positive is also a positive. So I need 2 terms from over here that are going to add or subtract using those signs, so both positives, to a 5x. So it's 1 and 4. Although it doesn't matter in this case because they're both positives, if you're using the sign trick, the bigger number always comes first. So I have 4x and 1x. I haven't changed my polynomial. On this step, if I combine like terms, I end up back with my original expression. Now notice I have 4 terms, so we're following the grouping rules, just like we did in number 1. My first 2 can be divided by a 2x. I get left with x plus 2. My second 2, remember I'm taking this sign as a positive. They have nothing that they can be divided by, so you can always divide by 1, which leaves us with x plus 2. My parentheses match, so that's good. It means I did it correctly. I have x plus 2, other 2 pieces, 2x plus 1. And remember, for factoring, you can always check your answer by multiplying back out, and you should end up with your original polynomial.